Oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive
Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray, family, that you are hanging in there, that you are standing firm in who you are, what you're about, the story of your people, is that you are communing with gods and higher level beings and ancestors that look like you, that you are delving into our story, and that your heroes and your children's heroes look like I, look like you, basically. That the story, your history, your background is our story, not his story, because his story right now is collapsing. It was never even about his story, because we were significantly matriarchal. And having come from the mother, it is more like our story. And how they hijacked the world was they killed our story, and they raised up through spell work, through incantations, through these low vibrational languages, his story. And it's his story that put us in this trap, because if he who controls what you think about your past will direct and control your future. And the reason we are awakening as a melanated people at such an accelerated rate is because we were connected by the technology. As toxic as these things are, they've really accelerated our awakening, because they've connected us. They've connected our consciousness. Like they said, the World Wide Web. They helped us all knit together. And they've helped us to break down the lies and see the truth. And don't forget, the truth is what makes you free, family. Special shout out to every single person that supports us on Patreon and sends us love donations through PayPal. If you would like to see us do more shows now, family, because we are kind of being drawn to other things, definitely consider sponsoring us, sponsoring a show by advertising a product or service, or by sending us a gratitude donation, sending us, a donation to help us produce our shows. And we will definitely do this more. We absolutely love the interaction we've had over the years, and we really appreciate love all those who have supported us through Patreon and sent us love donations and gratitude donations through PayPal. We send you all. May everything, all the intentions of love or prosperity you have sent us return to you 100-fold, especially in this season. So there's something very interesting that's happening across Europe. And because we don't really have our own channels, well, we do have our own channels, but we don't have our CNNs and our BBCs. We may not realize it, because mainstream media has been designed to keep Babylon and Rome at the center of the story. Because Babylon and Rome rely 100% on us living in the lie or believing their story, their version of history, their version of current times, even their version of what is coming. And that's why it's very tricky, family. I know the scriptures are our books, but it's very tricky. We venture into very dangerous territory when we start to own revelations like it must come to pass, when there are so many other things that are going on, when there are hidden prophecies about the return of our people that are manifesting. I mean, Nibiru. Apparently, there were some classified military files that were released that showed that Nibiru was returning, or Nibiru had returned. These are US military classified documents and stuff like that. And then the next thing, people are seeing the red planet in the skies, family. The red phenomena. And there are people who said, we originally had two suns, and so that's return of our major sun, which was removed from our atmosphere and changed the vibration. While others are saying it is the return of Nibiru. And there's somewhere in an airport in the divided states, though I wonder why all the focus is there. Let me know what you think, why you think that is in the comments below. There was a major, I think it was either a major military base or a major airport in the divided states the other day, where the entire system, telecom system of the company or of the airport or whatever was taken over. And Nibiru, and they got a message through all the whatevers, speakers and everything saying Nibiru is back. Let me know what you think about that. So much is happening, family. So much is unfolding. And, one of the major things that is going on is the great replacement of Europeans by the melanated people, the Asians and the Africans in the divided kingdom and across Europe. If you look, there was statistics that showed that in London, for example, 20 years ago, or in the 80s, let's say, the population was 75% Anglo-Saxon and 30% foreigners. Well, there's been a flip now because the statistics from last year showed that the brown people, the melanated people in London were the majority at a shocking 75%. And the Mzungu white male was he was at like 30 something percent. This is what I call karma, family. This is what I call the intermingling of realities. Because what you put out, you receive. And it's not, it's not so much, it's like the mirror of the colonization that they put on the melanated people is now happening to them. And there were all kinds of statistics that were showing, especially when there was that tension with the Muslims, which showed that when there was that Muslim uprising that happened in the divided kingdom, that showed that most of the nurses were melanated. Most of the doctors were melanated or of color. Most of the engineers. Basically, the melanated people were the ones who had gone into the education systems, gotten those university degrees, those PhDs, those MDs and everything, and were literally running the country. You can even see now how there are mega churches, African mega churches in the divided kingdom, where African prophets and African preachers and everything still teaching the Kool-Aid, but they're there disrupting the energy. Where there were all kinds of restaurants now, Jamaican restaurants, Nigerian restaurants, Kenyan restaurants, Swahili dishes that are everywhere in the divided kingdom and are seeping through Europe. And ironically, back in the day, there was a conspiracy theory about the grand replacement, where the Mzungus saw this happening. And they started this theory that the Jews were actually replacing real Europeans with Asians and Africans, and it created a lot of tension and all these things, especially after World War II. And it's neither here nor there that is happening. But there is a recolonization. The way they colonized us, that karma of colonization is going back to them. But there is a major secret society war going on. between the globalists and the kind of white nationalists, if we can put that. The Trumps and the Obamas and Bidens and Clintons and most of the European presidents and the Vatican and all that. A major secret society war going on, family. So it could be possible that they did this to each other. But knowing how I feel about this, I feel this is just their karma. What goes around comes around. And just like they invaded and took over our territory, our people, because they brainwashed us and whitewashed our story and taught us even about, their own history, about the 1066 and the Vikings and this and that they created an aspiration of the melanated people from all over the world wanting to live there, wanting to go to the divided kingdom. And now it's been taken over. Now, the reason I share this story, family, is because this is karma manifest. But it's very important for us to know the seasons and the times we're in. And this should be our opening to return to our own story, to return to our own ways of life, our own diet, our own everything. Because it shows that what went around is finally coming around. And we have an opportunity now to go back to our royal status. It has been over-predicted that Africa is the one that is going to be the superpower. The power was handed over from their hemisphere to our hemisphere. And we are moving into that. Even though they have declared their own golden age. Because they'll never get tired of trying to trick us out of our inheritance. But we know better than that now. And we need to act accordingly. Anyway, special shout out to every single person that has supported us on Patreon and sent us gratitude donations through PayPal, and to every single person that has sponsored a show and allowed us to partner with them to advertise their goods and services. We appreciate, love you so much. If you'd like more details on how to support the channel to enable us to bring more news like this, because our voices need to be out there, family. Our voices, our stories, that is what is creating this mega tsunami of a change in our collective consciousness. Get in touch, mumbi.saraki@gmail.com. Tuko pamoja. To all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines.